What is up everyone, my name's Al from GamesRib, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Phantasy Star collection for the Sega Dreamcast. Now this one is obviously helmed by Ian Micheal and also Adam Burrell. Adam Burrell basically done the GUI, and Ian obviously works his magic as he always does. So this brings together all of the 16-bit and 8-bit games, including, that's right, the newly translated Sega Game Gear titles, which is really great to see in this collection, as well as some videos, how-to videos, as in actual instructional videos that Ian's gone and done and added into the thing itself as well, which is incredible, and a really awesome soundtrack slash jukebox feature. Let's deep dive, let's take a look at the Phantasy Star collection for the Sega Dreamcast. So before we actually deep dive into what's actually in the collection, let's take a look at what's actually on the download. So when you do download it, there is basically readmes for every single game, really breaking down who's done it, what adjustments have been made, which, to be fair, really is going the extra mile. Let's take a look at the actual NFO file. Again, look at that. Oh, by the way, look, my name's there. Hey, who doesn't love that? As well as that, you also get access to the covers, which have been done by various people, me being one of them as well. So this is it, literally showing everyone's kind of the way they would make cases. There's a couple of us who've done it, and don't get me wrong, I'm not that good at Photoshop, so it was kind of just my own best attempt, let's say, at making a case. I had to make a DVD case as well, because not everyone has a CD style cases, so hey, I think they look pretty cool, right? Now, this is where it gets really interesting. I love the fact that Ian's gone the extra mile to try and stamp out emulation. Because let's face it, we want these games to be played on the real systems, and what that menu just before will do is if it's running on an emulator, it will literally crash the emulator. Give it a try yourself. Because I think most of you probably won't believe me, but give it a go, see what happens. Anyway, put the disc in the real system, and here we go. So yes, here you go, you can basically see this all laid out in such an incredible way, but you're probably going to say, well, this GUI looks very, very familiar. Well, this is obviously used off the same base that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection for the Dreamcast was. Hey, it can now be used for other collections, which means we're going to be seeing a lot more real high quality collections. Now see, the real great thing for me is video guides. How-to videos, right? Who thought this should be part of a collection? It's actually a really good idea. How to play the games and the way they actually emulate, which you can't deny makes sense, right?
Use the Genesis Eliminator for saving and to return to the GUI. Let's load the game.
That's right, this is actually Ian Micheal who has gone to the extra mile here and created these how-to videos and actually put them in the collection. You're not just going to YouTube anymore to check out how to do it, you don't even need to go online anymore. You just run it off the actual collection itself. Ian will take you through the save process. Anything you want to know about the collection that you may not understand how to do, reference these videos because they work. It really does show you how to use these effectively.
As you can see here.
Obviously, I love this bit. I always love the commercials. It's the Japanese commercials. They're always crazy, right?
セガはロールプレイングゲームも変えてしまう。ファンタシースター。かつてない驚異のグラフィック。
Like I've said, I think this is what really sets apart some collections, is you can feel the love for it, you can feel the passion passion for the Phantasy Star, I don't want to say franchise, let's call it a saga. Either way, take a look at this!
So yes, this is the jukebox, and this is where it gets interesting.
Now, before anyone says it, you're probably going to say, well, it's just a jukebox. Well, I gotta tell you, there was actually a lot of issues in getting this running to the way it is now. It's optimized. I mean, look at the visualizations. You've literally got an equalizer, you've got the background constantly moving, as well as seamlessly playing the music. Not just that, the actual player itself has a playlist function. This really is an all-encompassing track player, and that is incredible. So as you can see, the list of games here is quite vast. There's actually a lot of Phantasy Star games. Obviously, a lot of people only kind of know the 3D ones, let's say, on the Dreamcast. But we're going back to its roots here. We've got games from the 8-bit era. Now, I'm not just talking the ones that were UK-based, European-based, US-based. We've also got the Japanese titles, including translations. Now that for me is what makes these collections great, because it brings together all of the titles that we may not have even played before. Yes, some of them, in fact all of them, run solidly. Now the emulation you're going to see here, or the way it's running on the Dreamcast and the way it captures, doesn't really show you how well it works. But I can tell you, they're running flawlessly. Not just that, every game has a VMU screen, as you can see, which again shows the passion for this collection. Now up to this point, I've never actually really gone and played most of these games. I think I played Phantasy Star 4 at one point, just because to me, back in the day when I was a bit of a graphics snob, yeah, that was the one that I looked at, because obviously the Mega Drive was the first console I ever had. So yeah, that's the one I grabbed, and yes, loved it. But I never went back and played any of the earlier titles. I never played any of the Game Gear titles until now. Actually doing this review has allowed me to enjoy and get into a saga of games that I've never actually got into before, which is great because I kind of feel like this is what these collections should be doing. Not necessarily for just someone who wants them all, don't get me wrong, that's great, it's all in one place, but it does also mean that you can experience something you may not have experienced before. And ultimately, that is the goal, right? We're experiencing. We want people to love what we love. And I feel like these collections can do that. So keep an eye, because I think Adam and Ian, I'll be surprised if they're not working on anything else right now. Now, obviously, if you do want to grab a copy of this, give it a go. Head over to Ian's video, which has the download link, and you can check out all the specs and how he done this in his own videos on his channel.
As you can see, this literally does bring all of the classic titles, the classic Phantasy Star titles, to the Sega Dreamcast. This clearly is a passion project. You can tell this by the work that's been done on here. And like I said, you can really tell this is a work of passion. Like Ian actually said, was he wanted to play these games the best way he can on the console, so he went and done it. As always, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment and subscribe. It's Al signing out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. As well as that, you can also back the channel on Patreon. QR code is down below. But obviously you can check out this video. You can also check out that video. And on that note, it's Al signing out.